Very good evening, guys, to all of you. And I'm very happy to see a big number joined in, and I hope some more are going to join in. This requirement, actually, I felt really happy when Pranav did tell me that the requirement for this kind of workshop was coming a lot from you people, from the employees, when they were complaining about a lot of neck pain, shoulder pain, and basically not able to keep posture upright because all of us are working from home. Now, so then I thought that why not have and put together a kind of a workshop which not only talks about ergonomically right, what is the work setup, what is the our kind of our equipment setup, but how we can also alleviate the kind of aches and pains that we have, because some of us already would be having, or some of us could probably have it in the future. So what a value add in terms of the physical part I could add, so that we can ensure that yes, we can be relieved of our simple aches and pains that are there, to feel rejuvenated, to feel vitalized, and increase our productivity. So coming to right away back onto the topic is, I hope I'm audible, because we've done a check. So in case I'm not audible, just drop a message, right? Coming to the topic, so when we say ergonomics, ergonomics does not only mean equipment, workstation setup, but it also means a lot. It also has to do something with what are our work habits, what are our practices, how do we sit, how do we place our laptop, how do we even, in terms of whenever there is a tense situation, are we kind of using our shoulders, leaning towards the screen, are we having proper light, where have we exactly placed our laptop? So a lot of information about that. It was something I want to share today. Okay, so to jump back right into the topic, the first thing is, of course, I'm sitting on a chair, but I know most of you would be either sitting on a sofa uh, or a bed and a chair. Okay, some of us would be having a desk, some of us would be having doing a makeshift kind of a desk, or somebody could be having it on the bed or on their lap. Yeah, so I'm going to address the position of your table, your chair, your laptop in all these different kind of situations. So because I want to kind of help all of you there. So if you are working on a bed, what should I do? If I have a proper desk, how should I have it right? Right? Okay. So the first thing I would like to start off with is the posture. Because as I said, it's not only all about your equipment. You may have the best of equipment. You have maybe having a very ergonomically designed chair and a proper table. But if the posture is wrong, all these things will just go to waste. Okay. So I would request you all later, at a later stage, when I'm doing the exercises. Okay, I would want you to put the cameras on. Now I leave it optional, but when I start doing the mobility and movement exercises, a small request, because there I know that at least you are getting what I'm doing. Okay. So the first thing coming about posture is sitting upright. So if I have to sit on this chair here, I'll show you sideways. So sitting on a chair, first base is to have the feet on the floor. Now, I'm not the tallest, so if I sat back on my backrest, my feet would be a little off uh, um, the floor. So a good option is always to have the feet rounded. So you can either have a footstool, or you can put your feet on, if you have a shoe box or something like that. Ensure that the feet are rounded. If I would sit in this position with my back in rest. Now, for example, if I want to sit in front, then what do? I now have my feet rounded, but you can see there's a big gap between the back of the chair and my back. So I use a cushion. All of you will have a cushion. All of you will have a pillow at home. So this is what I would sit at. So you can see, but majorly it is important to rest your lower back. And as you see, I have not elevated the cushion here, because that will leave my lower back compromised. But I am going to use the cushion in this particular manner. So my back is rested, my shoulders are also relaxed. Okay. This is number one for the posture. Feet must be on the ground, guys, if you are sitting on a chair. Now, coming to if you are sitting on a sofa. There again, the same rule applies. Feet on the floor. I know from time to time you want to put your feet up. That's fine. But ensure that the cushion or a pillow or a blanket or something like that is there, so you rest. Sitting like this is a very bad idea. And if you have your laptop this way, what happens, as you can see, there is no support for the low back. And the tailbone, guys, is the smallest portion of your back, right? We have about 5 vertebrae in the lumbar region, or the lowest back as we call it, right? Which is the most compromised in all the entire spine vertebrae. And you will see most of us, or even as we grow older, everybody says, oh, I have low back pain. Very, very rarely people will say I have middle back pain. It is because the spine is bearing the load of the entire body. And if you are not going to sit rightly, over time there will be, the vertebrae will start to have either osteoporosis, or between the two vertebrae there is a cushion. Now this cushion absorbs any kind of shock or impact that our spine faces. So this cushion starts to either get displaced or we start to thin out. And that's when both the bones of the vertebrae start to rub against one another, and then causing friction and low back pain. Or it can kind of pinch on any nerve, and then a very commonly known problem like sciatica happens if we are not using our posture and low back in a right manner. And going years back, there's Joseph Pilates, who founded the Pilates movement. So he there was a quote from him saying that anybody for that matter is as old as their spine. So you may be 25 years old, but if you have low back pain and if you are as old as your spine, so you may be 50 and 60 or 70 years old, but if you have a healthy spine, that denotes the number of years that you are or have. So we want to be as healthy as our spine. Okay?
Liselle, I'm sorry to interrupt. There's some people who are not able to listen clearly, probably because of your distance from the camera. Can you bring the chair a little closer? I hope that will help.
Is it better?
Yeah, it sounds better.
Tackling now, if you're going to, we have talked about the sofa and the chair. By and large, the movements are the same. Third, coming to if you're sitting on a bed. If you're sitting on the bed, that is the worst position we can find, because by default we would like to slouch onto and be more comfortable. But please stack your pillows up instead of a cushion. You have your long vertical pillows. I will get a pillow guide to show you. Just give me 1 second. Considering that I'm on the bed, I will use a long pillow, stack it up here, and again sit. If you want, you can cross your feet and sit, right? Okay, but have the back upright like this when you're sitting on the bed. So basically 2 pillows, 3 pillows, or whatever, but do that and sit upright. Okay, so that's on the sitting position. Feet on the floor if you're on the chair, if you're on a sofa. Bed, as I said, you can keep your feet crossed, or of course you can extend your feet if you have a breakfast table or whatever across. Now coming to your desk. If we had a table, the table and the chair, okay, the table height on an average should be between a 25 to 30-inch height for anybody. And if your table is a little high for you, or you are on the shorter side, remember to either elevate yourself. Now I know we will not have all chairs that you can adjust like we have in an office, but what you can do is definitely just put 2 or 3 blankets under your butt and sit on it. So automatically you will get elevated. If you have a nice hard cushion, not a soft pillow like this, but a hard cushion, there again stack the cushion, put it on the chair, so you are raised higher than the table if your table is on the higher side. But if you're wanting to adjust it, guys, remember 25 to 30 inches off the floor is what your table height is ideally supposed to be. Then coming to the monitor. The monitor or your screen or your laptop, I'm sure either you would have a desktop or a laptop. So I'm going to address first if you have a desktop. The desktop, the screen should be 18 inches away from you. So basically an arm's length away from you. The screen should be at eye level. So 1/3 of the screen that you have should be at eye level. Now, if we are using our laptop, guys, very, very often we always go here or we go here. Okay, now when we go here, do you realize my elbows are dropped? Elbows are supposed to be at 90 degrees. So this is a good position. Now, why is this a good position? This is a good position because my wrist and my elbows are at 90 degrees. If I'm down, laptop is down like this. Okay, laptop is down. As you can see, my elbows have dropped and my wrists are elevated. But if I have the laptop up here, automatically my elbows are at 90 degrees. My wrists are aligned with my arms. So how do we do that? Again, place some books. Do not put the laptop on a cushion, guys, or bed sheet because it gets warmed up and then you will have a laptop problem going ahead. Please ideally do not put it on anything that is made of material or foam or whatever. So either have books you can stack up, or if you have, as I said, a breakfast table that you have, if you're sitting on a bed, do that and elevate your laptop. Even you can use shoe boxes at home if you're really creative, or if you have a shelf. Sometimes you get these removable shelves. Yeah, so stack your books on it, and then you have the shelf put on top. So you have a nice table, easy to use. You don't have to buy, right? And you can place your laptop on something that is firm and solid, right? Vis-a-vis having it on a lap and slouch it. So these are the 2 or 3 things regarding the table and the adjustment of the screen that we would like to have. Any questions here till we move ahead? So I've talked about the sitting posture. I've talked about your table, and I've talked about the laptop. Is there anything else? Otherwise, I will move ahead. Why is it important for us not to have the laptop here? Okay, so if we have to have the laptop on our lap, one, the heat generated from that laptop, the fan that is on our thigh, is not very good at all for our reproductive organs. Yes, like there are reports by cases of infertility, cases of prostrate, all happening at later ages or later dates because we've had the laptop on our laps for a longer period of time. So please do avoid keeping the laptop on your lap. Okay, always have it on a particular surface. Then, how do we manage this right angle thing? If we are sitting on a chair, right, then, and which has an armrest, as I said, the armrest can be here. You have to have that right angle. If the chair does not have any armrest, then you want to have your table, your hands on the table, and then typing this way, not here. So if this is your table, if this was my table, typing like this, no, right? So you want to have your arm up here and then type. Now, why doing that? Please don't raise the shoulder because then you're going to tense the shoulder, which is not a requirement. So remember, drop the shoulder down. This is my table, and I have my laptop here, and I am typing. So my arms or elbows automatically will be little raised. I know it's difficult in this situation, but making small changes. I'm not asking you guys to overhaul and get a new office or a new setup. But simple things like as I said, using a cushion, using a books, using a kind of a plank or a shelf, or if you have a table, breakfast table, this foldable one which you get very easily on Amazon. Yeah, so that's a good thing to invest in. Why? Because you can keep it anywhere. You can use it on your bed. You can use it on your sofa. You can, even if you're sitting on the floor. I would in fact advise if people are slouching on your bed, please use the floor, because the floor with the wall at the back, you can never be wrong with that. Yeah, the back will be rested on the wall. Your feet will be comfortable. You can even outstretch your feet, or you can fold them. Only that is that you have to have something to keep your laptop on. So either a stool, or you have make 2 bookshelves kind of with a plank on top that you can keep your laptop on. Are they sitting on the floor? And you can sit anywhere. Need not say, oh, I have to go to this room. Maybe your spouse is working in this room, or your children are in the other room, or if you have any other people at home that you don't want to disturb, I would say that use the floor at any point of time. Another interesting prop that we can use at home is an ironing board. Yeah, if we have an ironing board at home, guys, again keeping the laptop there, because by and large an ironing board you will see is is normally waist height. Yeah, and they have two adjustable systems there, a low and a higher one. So depending on your height, use maybe your ironing board, slide a chair in because there your feet, of course, can touch the ground and you will be able to work comfortably. So I'm just trying to think about all things. Maybe I can get a feedback or some suggestions from you guys also as well. See what are the things we can use at home to ensure that our table is created. A chair, a sofa, a bed, the floor are many at home, but having a good surface is important. Okay. Then coming next to is the way our shoulders and neck has to be when we are working. Many times when a topic or any meeting is there or an important email comes, we have a tendency to again draw the neck forward. So if I'm sitting here, automatically I tend to slouch and my neck moves forward. I want to go closer to the screen. But please remember, shoulders and ears should be aligned. So this is what is good posture to be, not forward neck, not drooping rounded shoulders. Because again, drooping rounded shoulders, this way, as you can see, my back is rounded, my chest, I've given away any kind of core strength that I would have by letting go. Yeah. So please remember, shoulders back as well as ears above the shoulder is an easy and nice way, arms at 90 degrees to work at. Lighting. There's one thing that I want to touch. How good or how bright should be a light? If you have a window at home, you should be at a 90-degree angle to your window. So if your window is here, you should ideally be sitting in a 90-degree angle so that you can get light from out. But please remember your screen light, your inside light has always to be more than the outside. So if you have a wide window and a lot of sunlight coming in, then I would say that just maybe you have a drape or a curtain or a blind or something that you can dull the sunlight from out if you are sitting near the window where your screen has to be brighter than the lighting that is outside. Okay, so that's on the light. I also told you the screen. Ideally, the screen should be at arm's length where you can operate like this and not be operating here. We don't realize coming to the little small joints in our wrist, we very, very often ignore them. Like we all want to build our biceps and ensure that maybe our chest and our shoulders are looking nice. But the wrist, they have little tiny bones. The tiniest bones available in our body are in two places. One is in the wrist, okay, and the other is in our feet. Okay, these are the two places that we have the little tiny bones. Here you have the carpals and the metacarpals. In the feet you have the phalanges, right? So what we want to do here is we want to ensure we have something called the metacarpal syndrome. That is because of using the mouse in an odd fashion or using too much of the mouse. So I know here all of us have the inbuilt mouse, but again, if our wrist is in this angle, it will cause the same problem as we be using a mouse. So in that case, one, as I said, if the arm is at 90 degree, automatically your wrist will also be in line with your arm. Secondly, what we can do from time to time is simple wrist rotation. Now, while I talk, guys, you can even do it along with me. Yeah, just some mobility, so we kind of break the monotony of me only talking and you listening. So just make simple rotations. I'm going to count 10. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep breathing normally as we rotate. 8, 9, 10. Now let's reverse it out. 1, 2, 3. Keep breathing. Nice, easy breath. You want to close your eyes. You want to feel the movement. 8, 9, and 10. Another easy thing to do is flick. So you're throwing away something. So bring the finger, make a fist, and then flick it open. When we flick, guys, open the palms really wide. So you're stretching the finger, you're stretching the webbing between your fingers. So can we do that? We'll go 1, 2, 3, Outstretch the arms. And 8, and 9, and 10. Now, once we have flicked, the third one is picking. So I'm picking. Now, don't use the shoulders. We're only picking from the wrist. So we don't move extensively. Only the wrists are going to pick. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep the breath. Keep breathing. Movement. Open the fingers. 9 and 10. Okay. 3 simple movements, guys, for the wrists. Another alternative is if you have a smiley ball. Yeah. A smiley ball, you can even use it from time to time. You're watching something or you're in a meeting, you're listening, and you don't have to do any typing. Use the smiley ball again. It actually helps the tiny bone and muscle, and it will help to strengthen the forearms and your wrists. Okay. A very popular 20-20-20 rule. I'm sure some of you would have heard it. What does the 20-20-20 rule apply for? It applies for the eyes. Today we have seen there is a rise on optician shops. You would realize vis-a-vis maybe a couple of years earlier and now. Okay, it's become like a fashion statement to have nice eyewear. Number of opticians for selling shops selling eyewear have increased. Screen time has increased. Definitely, especially in the COVID. Especially now, we have a hybrid model of working. So what do we do there? How do we relax the eyes? Because looking at the screen is something that we is in our daily schedule for work. So there are 3 things that we can do. One is the 20-20-20 rule. What does it mean? After every 20 minutes, we gaze for 20 seconds at a distance 20 feet away. I don't have to walk 20 feet to measure. You can just, wherever you are sitting, you can either look out of your window or you can look at the wall in front or anything besides another screen for 20 seconds. So put your timer on after every 20 seconds, give yourself a reminder and gaze in front for 20 seconds. Okay. The second thing that we can do is a good eye exercise is look towards the tip of our nose. Again, you can look and count 20 in your mind. And the third is again looking between our brow. In fact, in yoga, we believe we have a chakra, the third eye chakra. We have 7 chakras, guys, in the body. Chakras are nothing but energy producing. They are spherical models that are there aligned in our body and which are responsible for various emotions and feelings that we have. And if they are energized well, energy flow of prana is flowing in all the 7 chakras, we say then the person is healthy and happy and so on. Okay. So one of the chakras is the third eye, where we get our intuition from. So looking between the brows here is another good eye exercise to relieve any fatigue in the eyes. Okay. So what I want you to do is, I'm going to look at 30 seconds. I want us all to look towards the tip of our nose for 30 seconds. Okay. So let's all sit upright first. Keep your spine upright. Sit nice and relaxed. Remember, feet on the floor, or if you have crossed feet sitting anywhere on the bed or sofa. Take a deep breath. We're going to take 3 deep breaths. We're going to inhale from the nose and we're going to make a ha sound and exhale from the mouth. I'm going to show you. Inhale. Breathe out from the mouth, letting go of all stress, of all the stale air, of all the bad energy in the body we want to do. So 3 counts. All of you go. Let's go. Inhale. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Make a ha sound and breathe out. Keep the eyes closed. Again, inhale. And let's breathe out. Last time, guys. Inhale. And breathe out. Ready? Both the eyeballs looking towards the tip of the nose. And our time begins now. If you can want to blink, but continuously look towards the tip of your nose. $15 to go. Last 10. Yeah, done. Keep the eyes closed. Relax them out. Okay. Are we ready? Now we're going to look towards the tip or the center of our eyebrows. Okay. Are we ready? In 3, in 2, in 1, let's go. Keep looking between the brows. Last 10. And done. How did that feel? If done rightly, you will feel that there is slight kind of pain in the eyeball because the eyeballs are not used to doing something like this. Okay. Also, a good exercise, guys, to bring about focus. Looking at the tip of the nose and the third eye ensures that focus, memory. Okay, if we feel disoriented or we feel that there is lack of attention, if practiced every day is a nice way to bring about focus. So remember, even for your children at home, for your parents, a nice way to ensure that focus and inward thoughts are brought about by doing these two exercises. A nice relaxing way is also you can have a little moisturizer, guys, on your hand, and we massage this third eye for 36 times. Okay. Now, why 36 times, guys? Because, I mean, of course, there's a lot of detail into it, but we have 6 meridians in the body or 6 channels in the body, which target 6 different touch points, and therefore 36 times. When we massage the third eye, we say that calmness can be brought about, reduction in anxiety, bringing about good focus. These 3 are the advantages of doing a third eye or a massage for the third eye chakra. So remember, a little moisturizer, even if your face, you have an oily skin, just go about doing it in the morning or after a shower or whenever you think and remember. These practices, simple ones, they don't require rocket science, they don't require any setup, they don't require you to be paying any money anywhere. Exercises and practices we put into our daily habits will help you in the time to come. Okay, so 3 exercises for the eyes, guys. Tip of the nose, looking towards the brow. There are many more, but these are the 2 simple ones I want to show you. Also, when we feel that the eyes are feeling very tired, what you can do is you can gently tuck your eyes in the darkness of your palms. Okay, so closing them here and just experiencing the darkness, and for a couple of seconds, then we open the eyes in keeping the palms here. Let the eyes become acquainted to the light coming in through our fingers, and then take away the hands from your eyes. Also, putting little cool cotton pads on your eyes is another way to relax the tiredness in them. Simple methods, okay, for the eyes. So I've talked about the lighting. I have addressed the desk, your sitting, the screen arrangement. One more thing that I would want to highlight is the spine. If we sometimes the chair could be good, but there is little slope in the lower back. So in that case, guys, you can roll a towel. You can have a towel rolled up. You can have it here. Now here, because I have a chair that is supporting my low back, otherwise simply roll the towel, keep it here, so you know that your low back is supported, and then of course you can have the cushion at the back here, the roll towel here, and as you can see, I am kind of soft. Yeah, I'm going to just lower this, right? So you can just see my feet. This is how I would want all of you to be sitting. Remember, you want that roll towel to be in the lumbar spine because the spine takes the shape here. So it goes into the body. So you want to bridge that gap by having a roll towel and of course the shoulders of the back. Okay. So are we ready guys for some movement? I thought we would do some movement before we go ahead. So if we can get, all of you can get a belt, pant belt if you have a dupatta, if you have a yoga belt. Yes, get that and come. I'll wait for a couple of minutes and then we start. I want to show you some kind of shoulder movements with the help of the belt. So if I can request all of you, I'll wait for a minute or two. Anything, dupatta, stole, belt, towel, bring that and come. If everybody is there and we would want to put our videos on there, it would be a nice option. Pranab, do you want to ask them to put their screens on so I can see?
Yeah, sure. So everyone, if you can turn your cameras on and do it along with Liselle, that'll be great.
Yes, I know if you are doing it right, and I know also if there's everybody not sleeping, not drinking their cup of tea.
I believe the mics are off, but then I believe people can still turn the camera on.
Okay, I'm going to show it, and I hope you all can see. So you want to hold whatever you have, a belt, that I said, a dupatta. Everybody has something like that at home. You want to just take it above, and you want to bring it down. Okay. So remember, breathing in, up, and breathing out, down. These are all shoulder movements. I will show you shoulder, neck as we move on. So inhale up and breathe out down. Okay, we're going to go 5 of these. 5 and down. Try, do not bend the elbows, guys, when you're going up. 4. Again, breathe in up, breathe out down. 3. Breathe in up, breathe out down. 4. Last time. Breathe in up. Breathe out, down. Going for wider movement now. So I'm going to hold the belt wider. Okay, the width wider. I'm going to take it inhale all the way up. Take it behind. Again from back. Bring it forward. The key is not to bend the elbows or take one arm at a time. The key is to bring it back straight. So if you have to see me from the side, I've got inhale, both elbows completely straightened, all the way back. Then from the back, again straightening the elbows and coming forward. Of course, this will happen with practice, but great and excellent way, guys, for your upper back, for rounded shoulders, for posture which are this way. This exercise is the one to go to. Yeah, remember, breathe in back, breathe in forward. If this is becoming tougher, you want to increase your width. If your elbows are bent, please increase the distance between both the arms. Keep the belt loose and go back and forth. Yeah, so we do a couple of them. Inhale back, breathe out forward. Again, breathe in back, breathe out forward. 3 more. Breathe in back, breathe out forward. Last time. And another simple one is rotation in our shoulder blade. Keep the hands on top of your shoulders and we're going to rotate. Simple ones that we want to do. Breathe in, breathe out. We can also do it on the chair, guys, sitting on a chair. You don't have to get up, sitting on the chair and sofa. You can still do the same thing. Very, very important also, which I've not addressed, and I think is to take breaks. You want to take a water break. Do not forget to hydrate. Do not forget to get up and move from time to time, because what happens is when we get up, the body shifts from this particular position or whatever we are into a sprinting up position, energizing our legs, energizing our body, moving it. Go get yourself a glass of water. Try not to keep everything around you. You want to keep a water bottle here because otherwise you won't land up drinking water. Remember, I would say 20 minutes when you take a 20 break, drink a sip of water. Every 20 minutes you will be hydrating yourself. And then at least once in an hour at the most, you want to get up. More frequent, you're getting up better, but try and mobilize, go to the kitchen or go and do something. When you're talking on the phone, some walking around the house will help also in keeping you fitter and keeping you better. Okay, so as I showed you, this is something that you can do on your chair. We are going to rotate in and out as well. So remember, clockwise 5 or 10, reversing it into the other direction. What do we do for the neck? The neck, you can keep your hand down or you can keep it on. If you're sitting on a sofa, keep it out. Keep the right hand above the ear and gently tug the ear down. Okay. So you want right ear towards your right shoulder, but the stretch is going to happen on the left side. You want to hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back. Keep your right hand out now. And now gently tug the neck to the left. And breathe. 1. Feeling a nice kind of a stretch on the right side. 2, 3. And now you want to interlock your hands. Keep them here. And get the chin above the chest. Now, when you do that, you will see what a beautiful stretch it brings into your neck area. Gently cut it down, and we're going to breathe. Breathe 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release it out. And now let's direct our chin up to the ceiling. Look up. And stay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and okay. The simple exercises, looking again towards our right shoulder. Come back center. Looking over the left. Center. Right. Center. Left. Center. One last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. So 3 neck exercises. One is this one. Interlocking our fingers down and up. And third one is looking over our right and left shoulder. Okay. What do we do for our shoulders? And I've shown you 3 exercises again, taking a belt up and down. Guys, you can even sit on the chair and do this one. For the second one, you have to get up. But you can even do this up and back. Why do we hold our belt? Because when we are going up, sometimes we may cheat and only be here. But with a belt or with a dupatta, we are ensuring that the arms are completely stretched out and are firm. Vis-a-vis where it would be a slight bend if we raise our arms on our own. There would be no resistance. While here, your prop is giving you resistance to ensure that the arms are completely overstretched. The second exercise for the shoulder, I've shown you the back and forth of flossing, as it is called. And the third one is rotation in the shoulder. Now let's go and work the upper back. For the upper back, I want you to keep the hands together. So we're going to open wide. This also works the chest area or the pecs and the upper back. So elbows and palms together and we open. So a little opening and closing the door is what I am doing right now. You must do at least 10 to 12 guys or 10 to 15 to feel the effect. So breathe in, open, breathe out. Again, breathe in, open, breathe out. We're going to do 10 of these. Going 3. Breathe in, out. Going 4. 5 more we go. 5. 4. 3, really push the elbows out. 2. And this is something that we have for the chest and for your upper back. For the entire spine, we can do a simple twisting on the chair. So you can keep your right hand on your left knee and you can twist at the back, looking over your left shoulder. Okay. If you are sitting down on our sofa or the bed, you can do the same thing. You can have your feet crossed and do it. So this is what I'm doing. I'm looking over my left shoulder. I would like all of you to do it, guys. And you come center. And then again, left hand on the right knee. Twisting and looking over your right shoulder. We go one more time. Right hand on the left knee, looking over our left shoulder. Come back center. Again. A spinal twist. A very good exercise to align all the vertebrae. Plus, it helps the obliques. All of us like to have, right, a nice waistline. So this is ensuring again we are using our obliques for the sides of our body in the right manner. What do we do for the legs? Now I've shown you something for the upper body. Another easy one is we're going to sit with our feet crossed. Now all of us know how to sit like this. Now I am crossing my feet. I'm flexing my foot. So I don't point, I flex. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lean forward. This, so I'm resting my elbows on the right leg and I stay. I'm trying to push the knee down. The beauty of this is the stretch that you will get in the right butt or the right glute is tremendous. And one of the reasons to do this is to avoid low back pain. A lot of low back pain is sometimes due to tight glutes. It's a good way, guys, to release it. So you're going to stay here for 5 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's change the leg. The left leg down, right foot on top. Again, use your elbow, push the knee down and breathe. I hope all of you are feeling it now in the left glute. If your foot is slightly up, you can even use your hand instead of the elbow, guys. If the elbow is feeling too tough, stay there. Breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Easy, breezy movement for the glute. We can also hug our leg from time to time. Okay. Just to release the tightness in the thighs. You can move. If you're sitting, of course, on the sofa, you can do the same thing. If you're sitting on the bed, bring your knee in and down and bring the other knee in and down if you're sitting. So I'm going to show it to you if I'm sitting on the bed, guys, down on the floor. If I'm sitting down on the floor, this is my bed for that matter, I'm just going to hug my knee and stay. And then I'm going to hug the other knee and stay. If I'm again sitting on the bed like this, surely the other stretch is I'm going to do a spinal twist. And again, spine. Okay. In fact, if you are sitting on the bed, you can even simply just shake the legs out, rotate the ankles from time to time. Okay. When you're sitting on the chair, also please remember rotation of the ankles is important. How are we doing it? We're just rotating it clockwise, and we will reverse it out. Ensuring blood flow is happening because we are sitting for longer periods of time. We want to get blood flow into the lower part of our body. Okay, so 10 rotations, and then we're going to reverse the 10. Show you also something that we you would be acquainted with is a cat and camel stretch. Now, cat and camel stretch we normally can do it on the floor, but if we are doing it on a chair, this is for your entire spine. Okay, so you want to kind of round the back, round your shoulders, and breathe in, and then you want to puff your chest out, roll the shoulders back, and so this is a cat. And this is the camel. Okay, so come on, do it along with me. So inhale, round your back, drop your shoulders, drop your neck, and again push the shoulders back, chest forward, and breathe out. So you go inhale and cat, and breathe out, camel. Again, breathe in and cat. Push your shoulders, guys, back, chest forward. An amazing exercise for the entire spine. It takes out all the tiredness that is there in the back. And simple movements like these, if you're able to do through the day, something for our neck, shoulder, and I've done all of this sitting down. It did not require any kind of equipment except, of course, for a belt. Yeah. And it is easy to remember. And it's something like this. We have always sit, many times sit like that. I'm only giving a modification and asking you to lean forward there. Yeah. So please, I would say practice these simple stretches. Again, interlocking the hands, taking them up. We can even do waves for our shoulder. There are many, many exercises, guys. Actually, we can do sitting on a chair, which are simple. But of course, today's workshop is mainly on setup, ergonomic setup of your workstation. This is what I felt I should add. One is to break the monotony. Secondly is to address that if you already have a shoulder pain, neck problem, stiff back, what is it that I can do? So if you are able to practice all these exercises, I'm sure in between the day, it could be 2 or 3 times at 10 o'clock, another 2, 3 times again post lunch. Whenever you feel that time is set in, this kind of mobility routine, guys, is going to help you in years to come. Yeah, plus, if you do not have time to set aside for exercise, this is included in the exercise because you're mobilizing more the major part of the body and the larger muscle groups. Of course, if you want to do weight training and exercising and walking, that is different. But on your desk during workout, if you can implement even half of what we have talked about today, it would be really nice. But remember things like hydrating, lighting, yeah, distance of our laptop. That is something that is conscious. So body awareness is very important here in ergonomics. It's not only beautifying and having the right equipment in place, but the awareness of our body. Oh, am I starting to slouch? Is my neck hanging forward? Or am I leaning at the back? Or suddenly I've got the laptop for hours on my thighs. All body awareness. And if you are aware of all these things that are happening or that you are subconsciously doing and rectify them, you will see that you have to course correct if you want to bring about a healthy minded body. It's only good habits continuously maintained is going to give results. It's anything, any kind of a habit. Therefore, they say it takes 21 days to make or break a habit. And once you are set in this routine and have your all these the pillow, the towel, and everything in place, it will become a routine, and your body will tell you, no, you have to kind of put it into place, and that feels comfortable. It could feel uncomfortable for the first couple of weeks, but then you will realize that, oh, now since you're set in this manner, the body now recognizes what it is to be comfortable. Okay.